back to the Kickback FC. Thank you for all the continued support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all socials.
Welcome back to the Kickback FC, your go-to spot for unfiltered, real talk, all things football. Here you got it all. We'll be breaking down the biggest takes, the hottest moments, and everything that you need to stay tapped into the world's game. Whether this is your first episode with us, whether you tapped in with us strictly for the World Cup, or you've been with us from the beginning, I just want to say thank you to all of our friends. Again, I want to say thank you to all of our supporters. Once again, my name is Cornelius. I'm sitting down here with my boys, my fellow co-hosts, my brothers in arms. Salam, how are you feeling, bro?
Yeah, man. Excited to be here. Mike, how are you?
I'm feeling good, man. Love you guys as always. How you feeling, Gabriel?
Feel great, man. Good match. Good couple of hate watches this week. So hoping for another one tomorrow. Cornelius, how you feeling?
It's good. You ain't gotta hate on us because we ain't played yet. You feel me? But
hey, Prim Champ, how you feeling?
It's been good, bro. We're back. You know what I'm saying? Season 7. It's crazy because we were talking about season 7 earlier, and I was like, wow, COVID is officially in the rear view mirror, and we've officially been doing this for a long time now. I think we're seasoned pros, whether people think so or not, but
hey,
it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, we put in we put in our hours. Yeah. 10K. I don't know who's counting. I don't know who's not counting, but it's been some time. Before we get into the Premier League, we gotta talk about what's been going on around the world because European football is officially back, and we gotta talk about someone who's no longer in the Premier League, Mohamed Salah. An African player that we've all respected our entire careers. He played for Chelsea, he played for Basel, he played for Liverpool. He made his name in this world football scene. And now he's in Turkey, and he scored twice in his debut. And I just want to say, bro, I think Salah is going to finish out his career very gracefully. And the way he's able to just play like he hasn't missed a beat. I feel like people forgot who Salah is. He's in his 30s now. He's in his mid-30s. People are kind of calling him finished, quote unquote, because he's out of the Prem. But bro, people are forgetting he's one of the best players in the world. He's done. We ain't gotta talk about it, but bro, this guy is good still. And so I just want to ask y'all, what do you think Salah will do numbers wise in Turkey?
First of all, I necessarily don't like the fact that he went to Turkey, but hindsight is 2020. I look back now, I think it's a good fit. It will be a good fit for him. The fact that he chose is it Trabzonspor? It's actually quite interesting, but if you look at the numbers, it makes sense for him, especially at the end of his career. I think any of us would have taken that opportunity. If we could get that opportunity to make our life better, yeah, you take that opportunity. But Turkey was not in the cards at all for me. I was thinking maybe Saudi or maybe MLS, but it's funny to me when we play these games of washed and bro, we all watched this dude, man, golden boots in the Prem. Premier League titles, Champions League titles. It's why are we sometimes so recency biased? Come on, bro. He did what he did in his prime. He might no longer be in his prime, but he's still a great player. I think going to Turkey is good for him. I think it's good for the Turkish league as well. It's good for European football. As of right now, they're down, possibly not going to maybe be in the Europa League, but still, I think this is good for his career. He's proven all he can. What else does he have to prove to anybody else? So I think it's a good move for him. I think he's right where he needs to be. I like the move. I like where he's at. No matter what happens, I still think it's a good move for him. That's
honestly, bro. He might put up 20 and 20. Over there. I'm not even trying to be funny. He really might, all comps. I think he might put up 20 and 20. I'm being so serious. I'm not saying the Turkish league is bad. I think the Turkish league is a solid league.
Yeah.
you know, there just are levels, bro. You know, I think he'll go over there and do bits, and you're forgetting like Salah won't just score; he will assist a lot. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, that boy, the big three, man. Call it up, man. It's all, it's all over.
Hey, before we get off this Salah segment, is he the best African player we've ever seen?
Nah. Definitely in the conversation. I think he's in the conversation.
Salam said no off top, so I want to go back to Salam.
Come on,
who are you putting above him?
I think he's in the conversation. But best African
best ever? No, I can agree with that.
No. I think Samuel Eto'o to me is still. I didn't watch George Weah. I would probably say George Weah. I didn't watch George Weah.
I mean Ballon d'Or.
I did watch. Yeah. He's like in a different category, like by himself. But I'm saying just from what I've seen, no one, in my opinion, has been better than Samuel Eto'o.
I was going to say Yaya Toure and Samuel Eto'o were the only two I was going to put above him.
Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure. You could make a case for Didier Drogba. You could make a case for Riyad Mahrez.
Mike, I love you. I love you. I love you.
We're not putting Drogba.
We can't. No longer anymore. We put Drogba above Salah. For what?
Why not? Drogba has a Champions League. He has a couple of Premier Leagues. Why not? He has a Golden Boot.
You're not, but Golden Boots, all that shit matters, bro. Like eras, I'm looking at, like, and I love you, bro. And if we were to lie on the pod, I would say yes, Drogba. But I can't lie on the pod, bro. We're in season 7. I can't be lying on the pod.
That's fair.
I just think
the only reason I brought up Didier Drogba because if we're talking about players in the conversation, he's with those guys. You know, he's with the Drogbas. He's with the Riyad Mahrez, the Yaya Torres. But Eto'o is definitely above him. We can all agree on that. George Weah is definitely above him. Sadio Mane is above him. If we can agree or disagree.
Now that's an argument to be made, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. He's definitely in the conversation, but best ever, no.
I just wanted to pose the question to see where y'all heads were at, but pause. But yeah, you know, someone else that scored twice this past weekend, Griezmann doing bits over here in the United States for Orlando. You know, we talked about him when he and Lewandowski played against each other, but I feel like we need to talk about him again because I think this was a great move for him. Not only that, Orlando is now in the playoff picture. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
What do you think about Griezmann? First of all, this is the first time we can talk about it on the podcast, but his move to the MLS and then how he's been faring so far.
Gabriel, you can go first, actually.
I think he's been good. I mean, I think he's doing exactly what we expected him to do in the MLS. So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to watching more of him, obviously. And I think, you know, Orlando will make the playoffs. I think he'll be a big help there in their playoff pushes. And yeah, I think they'll be in the playoffs. So I'm really just excited to see him in the playoffs because Griezmann's never really had like a playoff environment, like just one-offs, you know, like so I'm actually kind of, that's one thing I do. It's kind of cool seeing these players in like one-off matches because they're not sometimes used to like this playoff system. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see him.
I agree with Gabriel. I think we all agreed when he made the decision, you know, to come to the MLS. I think the MLS is at this point of his career a good fit for him, and obviously we've seen how he's transformed the Orlando. What are they called? Sorry, I'm not
the Pride, but they're Orlando City.
Orlando City. How he's transformed them, how they look. They look like a different team with him on the team. So I think this is a good move. This kind of validates the fact that, you know, if you're a player that have been, you know, a star player, you know, in the European leagues, European top 5 leagues, and you're at the latter end of your career, this MLS is a very great place for you to come to finish out your career. And he looks good. He looks great. I love the fact that he chose Orlando. It balances out the league. All of a sudden, now we're talking more about Orlando. We were not talking about Orlando like that in the last 2-3 years because they haven't been that team for it.
They've been shit, Mike. We can say they've been shit.
Exactly.
They've been actual
I mean, if we're being honest, yes, they've been shit. I agree with you.
Now, again, I'm not lying on the pod no more, bro. They've been shit.
We're having that conversation now that this is a playoff team now. Like, this is legit, like, contenders that they could actually do something in the playoffs. So I like that move, and I like that the fact that he's actually like looking good. And not to like jump the ship or anything, we see transfers like, you know, Son coming in and how Son looks on, you know, LAFC. So like I look at this Griezmann move and how he's making, you know, these Orlando City look. I love it. I love it. I can't complain about it at all. This is good for the MLS fans. This is good for the league. So I love it.
Fair enough. Another player that scored twice this weekend in a new move, Ferran Torres. Big move this summer to Paris Saint-Germain over in France. And, you know, it's interesting because I was watching a little bit of that Rennes versus PSG match, and Rennes scored twice in the first half. And I was like, yo, like, are they about to just dog walk PSG? And somehow Ferran Torres comes back in the second half and he scores twice and they get, you know, a 2-2 draw. But I want to ask Gabriel first, you know, what were your overall thoughts about Ferran Torres making the move and, you know, just his performance today?
I don't know. I feel like he's a very disrespected striker in a sense. Like, I feel like a lot of the places that he goes, like he never really gets like the real nod. I feel like he's always fighting for his place. So I feel like this is a guy that kind of produces everywhere he's gone. You know what I mean? So, you know, So yeah, it's just been like it's been interesting to see him make that move because I feel like even when he was at Barca, like kind of didn't get the nod I feel like that he kind of deserved, but a good move to PSG. And I think he showed his worth today, you know. So great for him. I think he'll have a good season there. I mean, he just went to the champions of Europe, you know. It's a good move for them. I mean, I don't think Dembele should really be playing that 9 spot. Like I think he's way better out wide than playing as a 9. And now that you have a 9 that is solidified in his position, he knows exactly what he needs to do. I think it opens up a new world, I think, for Dembele and their wingers just in general. So yeah, man, I think it's a good move for PSG, good move for him, and happy for him that he got 2 goals.
You know, I agree with everything Gabriel just said. The only part where we might have differences is the fact that he's misunderstood. Ferran Torres is a striker we all, you know, have been following for the last at least 4 or 5 years. You know, he's been on the top of, you know, European conversations in terms of top strikers around the world. But then again, he's the type of striker, you know, needs a couple of chances to put, you know, his goals away. He needs a few chances to put a goal in. But his performance today, I have to commend him. Great performance today. Definitely rescued PSG from an embarrassing, you know, 2-game start to start the 26-27 season, because as we all know, they lost the Super Cup against Lens last weekend. So to lose to Rennes this weekend would have been interesting, but he rescued them, got a point out of the season to start the season. So I agree with everything Gabriel said, but other than that, I think that this was a good transfer for PSG. I hand on the Bible, did not think this was going to make that big of a difference for PSG, but today definitely proved me wrong, because I did not know where those 2 goals were going to come from if it didn't come from him, obviously. And like Gabriel said, Dembele I feel like he's better on the wings, you know, coming in and cutting and, you know, doing his thing. But, you know, Ferran Torres, World Cup winner, literally won Spain the World Cup. So we have to put respect on his name. But as we've known him, this is a guy that, he needs a few chances to put his chances away. But today proved me wrong for sure. I agree with what Gabriel said.
Fair enough. Someone else that, I feel like we should be talking about, although he didn't have the best day, Mr. Almost Arsenal, Mr. Julian Alvarez.
Julian
Alvarez. We saw the rumors that, Atletico Madrid isn't looking for no cheap chump change. They want money. They want money. And Julian Alvarez got booed as he played today, coming on the pitch. How do you guys feel about, players getting booed? Because, Enzo got booed as well for Chelsea in the past and like the recent past. But how do you feel about players being booed because they didn't necessarily get the move that they wanted?
Respectfully, though. I mean, why not? I feel like, and this is my thing. I know I've said it in the group chat, man. This is what, fandom is all about. Everybody has the right to support their teams the way they want to support it. If Salam chooses to support Manchester United in the way he does, I can tell Salam, oh, no, you're not supporting United the right way. We all have the chance to support the teams we support the way we want. So if Atletico fans want to boo Julian Alvarez, completely understand it. I'm all for it because I want players on my team to want to be there. Julian Alvarez clearly doesn't want to be at Atletico. Do I disagree with the way Atletico have handled it? No, because you have a contract. We put a price tag on your head. If any team wants you, pay the price. It is what it. That's you want the nigga. You gotta pay the money.
But it's not even that, bro. It's the fact
that's
that
what it is for me.
No,
at least for me.
But it's not even that. It's the fact that he's trying to force a move to Barcelona. And I understand you have ambitions. You want to play for Barcelona. I completely understand that. But I think the fans booed is because like he's trying to force his way out, and he's like, I don't want to be here. And Atletico, from a business standpoint, I understand not selling one of your best players and one of the best players in the league to your direct rival and competitor. Like, I understand that from a business point too. So that's where I feel like, that's why the boos came. But I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is. I personally don't think he's gonna go to Barcelona. Like, I just don't see Madrid selling them. Like, just kind of how City were like after they gave us Jesus and Zinchenko, and we had a run for that next year. They were like, we're never selling to you again. Like, respectfully, like, no. And I understand that, and I can understand that from Atletico's side too. So I don't think it's fully on the player, but I understand the fans' frustration. Like, I mean, players get booed, bro. Like, I wanted Xhaka out for a second, and then he became our club captain. So, it comes with the territory, bro. You're a professional athlete. People will boo you, people will cheer you on. So it's part of the game.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And last bit of news, I feel like we got to touch on Jose Mourinho. I know we talked about him in our Patreon episode. If this is just a regular listener, I want to just take this time out to say, go to our Patreon, subscribe, and like we talked and we broke down the Jose documentary. But Jose Mourinho, first match back at Madrid, second stint, second go around, and 2-1 win today. I think it was massive. Got a big win. Goal in the 90th minute. And it's funny because in the group chat, we're like, yo, who is this dude? Like, who is it? And, he's making a name for himself. Salam, how do you feel about Jose back at Madrid and Mourinho Madrid making magic?
I like it. I mean, the game didn't go. They got the win, but they got it like late. It wasn't like the prettiest by any means. That obviously they still have a lot of things that they need to figure out. But I think Jose being back for them is the best thing for them. I don't think really at this point of where Real Madrid is, I don't think that they really need like a tactical manager all like that. I think more so kind of like Don Carlo. Like, obviously, yes, like we gotta have our game plan, but I think you need just the guy who's gonna like manage the squad, and I think that's what Jose is gonna do. But In terms of success in Spain, I don't know, man. It's gonna look tough because Barcelona looked really good today. I'm not gonna lie, and like it's obviously it's between them and Real Madrid every year, but I mean it's only week 1, but I don't know. Barcelona looks really scary, so Jose has his work cut out for him.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I feel like this is the perfect time for Jose to go back to Spain. You know, he's in his elder era. He's a little bit older. He's a little bit nicer. He's a little bit more thoughtful about how everything works around the world of football in this new era. So I think this is good for him. And I think getting a win on week 1 kind of solidifies him, you know, because we talk about all the time, the European media isn't as nice when it comes to their football managers. And so if he would have come out, you know, dropping points on week 1, regardless that this wasn't a home game, I just think if you drop points on week 1, you know, with Barcelona and Real Madrid, you need to make a statement. And so this was a good statement for him to start off the year. And, you know, like we talked about in Patreon episode, I'm rooting for him, bro. He's my forever manager. I want to see him do well. And, you know, I want to see him continue to get success. But, you know, to get into the meat and potatoes, bro, let's talk about the Premier League. We are finally back. And as tradition goes, we start with a team that loses because you have to answer for your crimes. Salam, Hull City. Ooh, I don't even know what to say, bro, because I didn't wake up necessarily at 7:30 to watch you guys, but I was up at 7:30 to watch you guys. And I know it was tough. You know, you're with our friend, shout out Antics, shout out Anthony. But my guy, fuck going on, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's and you know what's funny too is I went to the bar, the Stretch. Shout out to the Stretch bar here in Cincinnati. The Premier League obviously is doing like a fanfare for all the teams, and Hull City was Cincinnati was selected by Hull City. So I had the pleasure of going there, and as I, you know, was emerging from the parking garage coming up, saw a guy come out. Shout out to you, Seiji. You'll probably see this. I met you over there over the weekend, and I looked at Seiji and I gave him a fist bump, said good morning, and I said, hey, I don't know who you are, but I haven't been this excited for a game in quite some time. And me and Seiji sat there, and Anthony sat there, and, you know, it took 17 minutes for all that optimism to go out the window. How about
17:38?
17 minutes? That's crazy, hey. Bro. Anyway, go ahead.
But in terms of the game, I mean, obviously, the game wasn't the game was not good. You know, Mike had alluded to this when we were talking after the game. Like, I don't even think it was really so much about tactics or this or that. Like, yeah, a lot of people didn't play well. I just didn't think that we were really up for the game. I think that Hull City looked like a team that was motivated. You know, I thought this was the best opponent we could have asked for on match day 1. And especially from a United standpoint, when you look at the first few games for us, Everton, Ipswich, those are pretty manageable games. Fulham, like, obviously, yeah, that's a challenging game, but that's a manageable game as well. And then, you know, we have City. Like, those are, I would say, like, at least the first 3 anyway, were 3 manageable games. But for you to drop the first one, I think says a lot. And, like, honestly, I mean, where do I start? It's like it's tough. This is match day 1. Ahmad's out for 6 weeks, you know, and it's like I'm looking at that and I'm like, my goodness, because a lot of the guys that we played, I don't know. We have to look at Carrick. I don't understand why you started some of the guys that you did. I'm gonna say to you what I've said many times, and you guys have probably heard me say this. If you continue to trust some of these players that have continuously got people sacked, you, my good friend, you will be out the door as well.
Not to cut you off, but who?
Harry Maguire. Why is Harry Maguire starting Mike? Why is Luke Shaw starting Mike?
So those two.
The crazy part is when Delo came on, I said, "Oh man!" I looked at the back line. I said, "Is that Ole on the touchline?" I said, "If Victor Lindelof was here, and I don't know if you guys saw what Victor Lindelof was doing. He had some antics.
On goal.
He had some.
Yeah.
You want to talk about antics? Yeah. So, and again, I think that like, and even like with Rashford, like I thought like Rashford was like pretty positive when he came on, but like the combination of him and Luke Shaw on that left side, it's not gonna work. And like we've seen these things before, and like I don't know. I think Carrick got a lot of the lineup decisions wrong. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
So who would you have started?
No, but Mike, the thing is though, like, why are you start? I agree, Salam. I agree, because for me, my optimism would have gone out the door the minute I saw the lineup. You guys' lineup made zero sense. I literally looked at the lineup. I was like, huh? Why is Luke Shaw starting? Why is Maguire starting? Why is Dorgu starting as a left winger? Why is like it doesn't make sense.
He's been playing as a left winger under Carrick though. Dorgu's been playing as a left
Mike, I understand that, but that's not his natural position. He's really a left back. You have you have multiple players that can play on that left wing. So why are they not starting there? Why are you playing a player out of his position to do that? Like, why is Cunha not starting? He's like, Cunha could play on that side. Like, Dorgu can start as a left back.
Cunha started.
Yeah, he had Cunha playing up top.
Oh, sorry, but but why is Cunha playing the striker? Like, Mbeumo can play there. Rashford can play there. Cunha can play. Like, you have options. So why did you come out the gate starting the players that you did? I would have. All my optimism went out the window. I wasn't up at 6:30, but when I saw the lineup, I was like, "You guys, this looks shaky already." And I told you guys, I said this is a trap game, and I want all two.
You did,
and Mike, listen. I said this is a trap game. Number one, and number two, I want y'all to keep the same energy, because this is worse than when Brentford came. Brentford. This Brentford team is much better than this whole City team. I'm not even trying to hear that. And when we lost, when Brentford came, when we lost 2-0 at Brentford, everybody had jokes. Everybody, this and that and the third. Arsenal, you guys. No, I want that same energy for United too, because this whole City team is not like that. This whole City team, I don't think they're staying in the Prem. So this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. And it's not even like they lost; they got bossed. Like their midfield was gone.
Hey, Salam, hit the button. Embarrassing.
Yeah. I want to drop the bomb.
We need that.
Hey, we need. I know you got it, bro.
We don't have the sounds on.
Conveniently, we don't have.
Okay. Act like you don't know.
But yeah, man.
Your new StreamYard account. His decision.
I agree with I honestly agree with what Gabriel said. I still, to this point, Cornelius, you texted in the group chat, it was a hot take, but I'm not gonna lie to you. After I sat back, rewatch the highlights of the game, you might not be wrong. You guys might not be wrong. Salam, you too. You might not be wrong.
Talk about it. It was banter. It was silly banter, but
and I'm saying that because it's the fact that it's game one, and when you look at this whole City team and you look at this United team, this result didn't make sense in terms of like the experience on United, the talent on United, where they were coming from in terms of statistically. Do you guys know United was the best team of 2026? Yeah. I don't know that the latter end of the year, United was the best team statistically. I'm not saying that everything is so bad. Statistically, United was the best team to end the season. So it makes sense to think that, this team should have been better than they were. But honestly, after watching the game, I was at the gym watching the game, and I'm like, I'm not surprised at this result, because all City were up for this game. Salam said it in his recap. These guys were up for this game. In these games, you have to understand it's all emotions. It's not what do you call it? Oh, I'm losing the word.
It's not a tactical thing.
It's not tactics. Exactly. It's not tactics. It's all emotional. It's game one, newly promoted. We're playing United. naturally they're going to be up for this game. So for you guys, the way you perform, you guys just were not up for the game. That's how I saw the game. You guys just weren't up for the game. I don't think you guys are that bad. You guys are going to be fine throughout the season. You have a good team. I just don't think you guys were ready for it. And I put it all on Carrick. As a manager, you have to understand moments. You have to understand spots, situations you're in. Like, we're going to Hull City. This is their first game back in the Premier League. They're going to be up for this game. The fans will be ready for this game. You have to understand that. Like, you got to let your players know, like, hey, this might not be a tactics type of game. This might just be straight up emotions. And you have to understand that. And I think you guys just didn't come to this game, into this game with that, like, understanding that, okay, these guys are just going to be up for it. The chance creations just wasn't there. The one great chance you get was in Bomo, and, you know, keeper was good, saving it. I don't want to look too much into this game. I think you guys will be fine. I honestly, that's how I feel.
You see Harry Maguire, what he was doing to him, Bomo?
He's doing the Mazzawali.
Same nigga, bro. I don't
care.
You know what's funny? Maguire just has these moments that you just can't defend him.
Bro, Mike, why
you just can't defend the dude, man? He be having moments.
Air hug. That nigga's like, come here.
If I'm on a set piece, bro, and if I
you just can't defend his moves. Bro. Like, he be having moments you just can't defend. I'm sorry,
bro. He's like
holding your own player.
He's like turning. He's like face him. Like watch him head the ball in, bro. Like I don't know, man. But
he's like, I'm gonna hold you here and watch him score on us. Yes, I'm gonna hold you. Watch him. You just can't defend some of the things he does, but I get it. You know, it's Maguire, man. You gotta pick and choose. He has his moments.
Yeah, they mostly bad. But like in closing, like I also just wanted to say, it doesn't seem like we're prepared for the season either. Like, we brought in the center midfielders that we needed to bring in, but clearly, like, we need reinforcements. So, like, we need a new left back. It's not a opinion at this point.
Do you need a new left back, or do you
no?
Yes, bro. Like, we need a new left back. We need a new right back. We need a new left back. We need a new right back. Like, it's
Luke Shaw has been the same left back since when?
Van Gaal, bro. It's been like 13 years.
2013, eh?
Bro, it's crazy.
2010.
It's absolutely crazy. Luke Shaw has been Manchester United's.
Yeah.
If healthy. Like, that's unacceptable.
We need reinforcement.
Fair enough. You know, that's enough United talk. I don't really want to talk about them too much because they stink still.
Let's talk Arsenal.
But talking about teams that stink, Tottenham, hot ass Spurs. They smell like hot ass, and I cannot. And the only reason I'm talking about them right now is because I want to start this podcast, season 1 or season 7, week 1. Tottenham fans.
Hey, where's Omar? Is it
you guys wanted us to talk about you, right?
Yo, come outside.
Tottenham fans, you guys wanted us to talk about you, so we're going to talk about you. Come outside.
Come outside.
All those signings are not going to save you. What Kendrick say? We got De Zerbi, but he is not your savior. He is not your savior. He is not your savior.
He's not saving you.
What went on today? What went on?
Gabriel, go first. Man.
I mean, it's just funny, man, because Spurs will continue to Spurs, bro. Like, bro, you guys can buy the players. I don't. Something is just rotten within that club, bro. Like, and it's I don't know. It's like players.
They need a case study. That's what they need.
The players go there, and then it's like they forget how to play, bro. Just like,
yeah,
I don't know. There's just so much dysfunction. The one thing that obviously Spurs spent a lot of money this summer. They did buy some very, very good players. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But and they're banking on, obviously, yeah, they saw United 1 game a week last year. Carrick came in, new manager, able to do what he did, and got them into a good position, and that's what they're banking on. But I just still don't see it, bro. I literally watched this Spurs match, and I'm like, wow, Tonali is getting bossed around here. Like, men's are getting bossed left and right,
Crazy.
all over the place. Mateus
Crazy
Fernandez getting bossed. Like, I'm just looking and I'm like, wow, nothing looks good from. And I know it was a away game, you know, their first match, and obviously, like I've said before, and I'm speaking from experience, Brentford is not an easy place to go and play. Opening day, especially opening day. I don't know if I think they've gotten a result every opening day, like for a couple years now. Yeah, it's like it's been crazy. So it's not an easy place to go and play. But again, you guys have spent over what 200-300 million this summer, and that's the open. And yes, they still have injuries. They don't have Kudus, they don't have Kulusevski, they don't have certain guys. But bro, even if certain men come in the match, you're losing the midfield battle, and that's the battle that you need to win. And it just doesn't look like it's there, man. Even if you input certain players into the match that they're missing, you put Van der Ven there, like, bro, some of these goals are still going in. Some of these chances are still happening, you know. And Brentford could have scored more. Like it could have been 4-0.
They missed the penalty, fam.
Yeah, they missed the pen last. Like, come on, bro. Like,
he said some of these goals are going in.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I just I'm not gonna overreact. Obviously, it's still week 1, but Spurs fans, please let me remind you guys. It's not as easy as just buying players and now it's gonna work.
It's not sweet.
This rebuild. The Prem is difficult, bro, and this. Just because you buy players and this and the third, the rebuilds take time, bro. United's been rebuilding for time. We had to rebuild for time, bro. Chelsea is still in the process of their rebuild. Still, like, it's not just we're gonna jump from here to here. Like, nah, bro, it's not gonna be that. So, I hope Spurs fans, yes, it's a positive move in the right direction with the signings and things that you've made, but please be reminded. Please be reminded, you guys.
To be honest,
it'll take time.
I 1,000% agree with everything Gabriel just said. I 1,000% agree. I told you guys 2 weeks ago in our in-studio recording that I love the signings they've made. Let's not get it wrong. They've made some great signings, like especially
10 out of 10 summer, bro. If you really look at it, like 10 out of 10 summer.
If you're looking from the team they had the previous season and what they've added, great signings, like no complaints. But if we dig deeper, are these guys that are actually moving the needle? When we signed Morgan Rogers, what did Gabriel say? This guy is a needle mover. He's going to move the needle for Chelsea. If you look at the signings the Spurs have made, are these guys really needle movers? That was my mentality.
They can potentially be for Spurs to move the needle on the table from last year to this year, but I don't bro. A lot of the guys that they've seen. We talked about Marmoush, and I know that City's a tough team to play for, but we expected a lot more from you. We talked about Savinho. The potential's there, but the end product. What's the end product? The end product is, bro, you had 2 Prem goals in 2 years, and you've played many matches. So it's
Loki biggest flop we don't talk about.
So it's like, you know, Van Hecke, even him over the weekend. I was looking at him like, bro, you're making mistakes. It was a terrible opening day. Nothing was cohesive. You know, it's gonna take time. So I understand Spurs fans. You know, listen, you guys had a great summer. You guys already had a decent team to begin with. It's just putting all of the pieces together and working collectively. You don't have the collective unit yet. You know, you don't have your players back. Guys have to get used to playing with each other, and it's not going to be as easy as you think. You know, it's just not going to be that. And I don't think you guys have the prolific players. You're even with your signings offensively. I still don't think you have the prolific players that can see you through. You know, for United, you know, I think part of the reason that they were able to get into the position they were able to get into is because Mbeumo, proven at Brentford, balled out. We knew what he was bringing to the table. We know you're going to get goals and assists. Cunha, another guy, balled out for Wolves. He was the reason that they stayed up. He was
Yeah,
he was everything for Wolves, like a guy that's proven. You look at the players that Spurs are bringing in, Van Hecke, good center back for sure. Are you proven? I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Thank you.
The attackers that you bring in, right? What's the name? Xavi Simons. Is he proven? No. Good player for sure. Yeah. Marmoush coming in. Is he proven? No. Savinho, like there's not proven players in there. There's a lot of potential. And can this Spurs team, if they can potentially win trophies and be a great team if all this potential pans out as it's supposed to? Can Marmoush live up to his? If will Marmoush live up to the hype? Will Savinho turn a corner and live up to the hype? Will Solanke this season be the Solanke he was at Bournemouth? Will these players finally get it together? Will Kudus be healthy? Because we know Kudus, he'll do what he needs to do. That's one player I'm not even worried about. But it's like everyone else. Mateus Tell, will you be the guy that you're supposed to be? Like we know you can be. Richarlison, like all these guys, So it's going to take time, man. It's going to take time. But I think this is I think, I don't want to overreact, but Spurs fans, I just want to let you know that this isn't the first time we're going to see a result like this season. This will happen again. It's being so real. Like this will happen again. It's not going to be. You might move up some spots from last year for sure, but you're not. Please, let's stop. I don't even want to talk about no.
Gabriel said it all. I don't need to
want to talk about no top four right now.
We don't need to spend too much time on Spurs because this is not a Spurs fan cast. Trust me, there's no one on this podcast that is a Spurs fans, and we don't need to spend any more time on them. But we had to talk about them just because of the summer they've had and their result this first week. This was abysmal, fam. This was terrible, bro. It was bad, bro. Like, and to be honest, I was truly excited to watch them in this match week.
Bro, I watched the whole game.
I have never been excited for Spurs. I'll use that word. I was excited to see Spurs today. And, bro, after the first half, I turned it off and I watched Como. Like, I was texting the group chat. I said, yo, Chalobah is great for Como right now. Yeah. I'm like, what? Man, they took too much time out of our podcast already.
I don't need to add anything else, man.
Yeah, it's funny because Gabriel talked about some players that came from Manchester City. He talked about Savinho, he talked about City and what they did over the summer. And G, I want to go back to you, bro. Like, I texted Bran, at halftime, and I said, Cherki is not your savior once he got subbed on. And had that move not been made, and shout out to Maresca for even bringing Cherki on when he did, because as soon as he brought on Cherki, the entire match changed on his head.
The real question is, should Cherki have started?
I believe so, yes.
That's the real question.
I believe so, yes. But, Mike, I'll go back to you, because you asked the question, but what do you believe about this Manchester City team? I know we talked about them in our in-studio episode. We kind of gave our top 6, our top 7, our top 8. But after seeing City, after seeing Cherki today, what do you believe that this City team can do?
Coming from a place of, Maresca was Chelsea's manager, and after what we found out this summer that he actually chose to leave, I feel a different way about Maresca than I did before. I'm not a supporter of Maresca. I want him to lose every game. Facts. I don't care who he's playing against. I want Maresca to lose every game. So I was actually rooted on, Bournemouth to win this game. But you can't, as a guy that, followed Maresca closely, he coached my team. He's a good manager. I'll give him that. He's a good manager. But this City team is not the same City team as Guardiola's City team. Like, I get it. Maresca is a good manager. He could probably get results. And I said it in our in-studio that, he could possibly finish second. After what I've seen now, it's smoke, man. Arsenal is definitely right now the best team in the league. Arsenal is the standard. We all have to get to that. What Maresca showed me today, I honestly think lucky is the right word. Lucky is the right word. They got away with one in match week 1. Are they going to do that as the week goes by? I don't know. You're going to catch a I don't see them beating Arsenal this season. And everybody knows how much I hate Arsenal. I don't see them beating Arsenal this season. Are they going to keep winning games where they are losing and then they come back? I don't think these comebacks are going to happen often. That's my take.
I can agree
with that. I don't think these games are going to happen often. I think today they definitely got lucky. Is it going to happen throughout the season? No.
I think Turkey bailed them out. Well, I mean, I think he should have started, and honestly, seeing Nico O'Reilly start at the 10 and seeing Gahey at the 6, like Nico O'Reilly I didn't understand. But Gahey starting at the 6, I can kind of see the vision of, you know, kind of like the John Stones hybrid, you know, he can play there, but the lineup was lacking creativity. And as Cornelius said earlier, as soon as Shirky came on, the entire match changed. The entire match. And he made so much happen within the 25 minutes that he was on the pitch, and eventually, you know, got them the game-winning assist to Vardiol. But, you know, I think City today, what today showed me from City is that City still has Pep DNA in their team. Like they're still, he was there for too long. They still have that imprint. But I think Maresca does still have some shortcomings as a manager, because this is the biggest job that he's ever had. And as I think I texted this before, but Maresca at Chelsea, there really were no expectations. Really? Now at City, there weren't like real expectations. Like, oh no, you should go be winning this and winning that. It was really just, you know, we're building. We trust you to build this team. With City, this is a team that, you know, they only got Carabao Cup last year, and it's FA Cup. Oh, they got the FA Cup last year, and it's but this isn't the expectation. We expect you to go and win. Try to compete and win the Premier League, compete in Champions League, and get a domestic cup, whatever it is. And he has real expectations, and I feel like he still has some of like that naive young manager-esque like decisions in him. You know, I still like. I saw today's lineup, and I was like, "What?" He got bailed out today, Mike. 100% agree. Turkey literally bailed him out today, and I'm just looking at, you know, the lineup today, and I'm like, bro, you make some more of these lineups against Chelsea's, Liverpool's, us. Go ahead. I would love to see the lineup I saw today against our starting 11. What? Bro,
what Mike say? Barbecue chicken on one side,
no, literally
on the other.
I was looking today like this team cannot this starting City 11 cannot compete with my best starting 11. I'm sorry. So
the starting 11 is not beating Arsenal, and this is coming from an Arsenal hater.
Yeah, so
you're not beating Arsenal with that lineup.
I think a lot of City's shortcomings will come with Maresca, if I'm being completely honest. And last thing I'll say is, man, I want to see what no hair Haaland does, bro. I feel like I literally looked at the TV and I was like, am I bugging out? Like, is this AI? I don't know. It really caught me by surprise that he cut his hair. Are we going to run into a Samson? Are we going to run into a Samson situation?
Hey, it's crazy because I was, you know, I watched the shout out Gerard, but I watched the Liverpool game with Gerard today, and we were talking about that. And you know, he has a social media where he FaceTimes Pep, he FaceTimes Grealish, FaceTimes Ibrahimovic, and I was like, you can tell this is a new era of City. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, just go see it. Like, he just FaceTimes everybody, and just that initial reaction, people are like, "Oh shit, you cut your hair?" You know, like you can tell that one, Haaland is getting older, but two, this is a new era for City. You know what I'm saying? For the last decade, they've been under Pep, and like Gabriel said, they have that Pep DNA still instilled in them. But eventually, that's going to leave, and Maresca is going to have to make his imprint. And I don't know if it's going to be the same, bro. Like, yes, Turkey bailed them out today. But also, they have players. Let's not act like Man City is just some scrub team.
No, they're not bums. That's not what we're saying at all. But it's like if like literally what Gabriel said, I agree everything he just said. Like, low-key, he has the guys. But you're no longer under Guardiola. Guardiola is a mad scientist. We all came to agree that this. I've been watching the new documentary on City before,
precursor. We'll probably talk about that one next week.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about that next week.
Yeah, sneak peek.
That's a good one. I hate watching it low key because I'm like, anything I see, I'm just like, I fucking hate you guys. but anyways, Guardiola and Maresca, what I've seen so far, night and day. It's just night and day. Like it's not the same. Maresca is gonna have to. I understand right now, City is Guardiola DNA, like Gabriel said. There's still Guardiola DNA. Maresca will have to change that. I'm sorry.
And then
just like how Chelsea was Mourinho DNA, and we had Conte come in, and Conte kind of changed it a little bit. And then we had Sarri come in and kind of changed it a little bit. Whoever the manager is now, you're gonna have to have your own like DNA for the team. And right now, Maresca, it's not gonna win championships right now in terms of what I've seen. At least match week 1, I'll say match week 1. What I've seen so far, no, it's not gonna work.
And the last thing I'll say is, especially when we're talking about Mourinho today, it's, bro, that City team had the same effect that Mourinho has had on, Porto, on Inter, on Chelsea. That same imprint of guys will die on the pitch for Mourinho. Guys will die on the pitch for Pep, especially from last year. A lot of those guys playing for Pep, will run through a brick wall for Pep. I'm not saying, Maresca can instill that, but it's a little bit different with Maresca, especially when you have such a big personality leave and then another guy comes in and you may not agree or he doesn't have the pedigree, so you're not just so inclined to listen to him or do whatever. I think that also plays a part too. So I'm just curious to see how like the players, kind of gel with Maresca as well, because I mean those are obviously huge shoes to fill. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
No, that's fair enough. That's a good place to end on City, and to talk about another team that is, I would say, in a very big transitional phase is Liverpool. Their result today I thought was very interesting, and it was good to see
another lucky team.
It was good to see Cody Gakpo score, because I've said it before. I'm a Cody Gakpo fan. I know he gets a lot of shade from his fan base. I know that he's better internationally than he is for club, but this is a player that I think if he starts kicking, Liverpool can go far. But this Liverpool team is definitely in a transitional phase. And, Mike, I want to go back to you. What did you think about their result today? And, just looking towards the future, how far do you think this team can go? Because they look kind of shaky to me.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Liverpool is one of those teams. I would say Liverpool and City are one of those teams. It's hard for me to manufacture hate for these two teams. I don't know why. It's just me. I can't hate these two teams for some reason. But now City, I hate Maresca because of what the fuck he did to us last season. But I'm off topic. But speaking about Liverpool, Cody Gakpo, my Ghanaian fella. My lack of the week hit, by the way. Cody Gakpo, anytime goal or assist. Hey, I'm just trying to let the fans know. But this is not the same Klopp team. I mean, it's just not the same.
It's the Iriola team. It's not even the same slot team that won the league.
Bro, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I'm not even looking. Yo, I'm sorry, Slot, but you ain't never that nigga. For real. It was Slot's team. It was Klopp's team. It was never your team. But anyways, looking at Gakpo and Newcastle, what they look today again. I have to agree with you guys. In the in-studio, I was the only one that was saying that, I believed in this Liverpool team and I believe in the talent and all they have. But I have to say you guys are right. Even though it was a 2-2 matchup, they did not move me. They
were lucky to get a draw because they could have dropped all three.
Bro, if Lewis Hall didn't make a boneheaded mistake, it would have been a 2-1 win for Newcastle. I agree with y'all, man. Like this is a different team. This is a different era in Liverpool's what do you call it? Era, I would say. But I believe in Areola, Andoni Areola. I believe in him. I think he's a great manager, but I was not impressed from what I saw. But then again, I want to remind everybody this is match week 1. Reactions are going to be crazy, whatever. But yeah, I'm leaning more towards what you guys said on our preview episode than what I said in terms of they have good players. I believe because of the players they have, they'll be fine. Looking today, I mean, if you look at somebody like Frimpong, who is my countryman, another guy from Ghana, there's no reason for me to hate on my, Ghanaian nigga, but it's still like there were no quality crosses coming in for the attackers. Like any type of cross that came in was not good enough. It wasn't Trent level. It wasn't Robo level. It just wasn't good enough. This is not the same Liverpool. And it's time for me. I can admit after watching match week 1 that this team is not good enough. Like I like Jacquet a lot, the center back, young center back coming from Rennes, played majority of the game, and then Jacquet, French, Jacquet. But I'm with y'all now more than I was on my own when we were in the in-studio episode, talking. I just don't. Liverpool don't look as good as they are, but they're still talented. They still have great players. They still have guys like, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Isak, my Ethiopian brother, Eritrean, whatever he is. I still believe these guys are good enough to give us something. But, bro, it's a new era, man. Arsenal is really the guy. Arsenal is right now the guys. And everybody got to live up to that fucking standard. And from just match week 1, looking at all the teams, everybody's not there right now.
But this is a tough like matchup for Liverpool because obviously they play away at Newcastle today. Newcastle's extremely difficult to play at rivalry game, but then also it's the Isak situation. Newcastle's extra pumped up for this game, and I think Isak obviously didn't have the best of matches, but I think that has to do a lot with Newcastle. I think this season will rest a lot on like Isak and what he's able to provide. I'm not even really looking at Bert's.
But Gabriel, one thing though, Isak didn't even have the service he needs.
But Mike, it's not the service. He missed point blank chances today. Let's not even try to minimize his performance. Like Isak was not great today. That's just the fact of the matter. I think there's a lot of other things that obviously played into that performance. I think the fans going back home, forced to move out, first game of the season, a tough place to play. Like more than that, but I truly think this season will rest on Isak a lot because he is a top-notch player. They didn't buy him for little money, and he is a game changer.
You're right.
And I think, I just think it'll rest on a lot on his shoulders and what he's able to provide for this team. But like I said, this Liverpool team is not the same. And honestly, defensively, they are not the same. And I think, they got beat on the counter twice today, that's how they scored their 2 goals.
Did y'all see Willock's goal?
Great, amazing,
bro. Did y'all see what Wissa did to the back line?
Yeah, man.
My goodness,
it's crazy.
Yeah, man, I agree with y'all, man. I was confident in this Liverpool team, but after match week 1, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards you guys' side, man. This team is not as strong as I thought.
I will say though, Newcastle week 1 away, getting a draw, stealing a draw. Honestly, Lewis Hall is just bad decision. But you know, stealing a draw at Newcastle away week 1 is honestly a great result for Liverpool, if you ask me. I do think I don't want to put too much stock into it. I think it's a great result for them week 1.
It is.
No, that's fair. That's definitely fair. And we're an hour in, about to end our episode, but you gotta save the best for last. The Premier League holders, Arsenal, started off the year doing what they had to do, man. They saw Super Frank and they said, "Hey, I know you're back in the Prem, but we
BTA.
we gonna show you what it's like to come back to the top flight." You feel me? And I thought this was always going to be a tough match for Coventry. They didn't look terrible, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't look terrible, but once the goals start coming, it's a wrap. And Gabriel, I'll just defer to you. Overall thoughts on the match, and you were able to see a few goals come a few different ways. And so, what do you think that this year is going to hold for Arsenal?
Bro, I mean, I said it kind of in our preview, but the chains are unlocked, bro. Everything, the club and our fan base is just not playing with a weight off of our shoulders. Before, it was just a weight. It was, can you win? Can you get over the finish line? We finally got over the finish line. So now it's everything's now everything is like we know what it takes to win. Before we didn't know what it took because we never got over the finish line. Now that we know what it takes, and I think we picked up right where we left off. Like this match, I'm sorry, but no team in that bottom 10 should really be giving us that much static. Like especially a team that just got promoted. I saw exactly what I wanted to see. They didn't get near a goal. There wasn't a moment I was like, oh my gosh, like ooh, that was. There was none of that. We completely bossed the match. We showed our class, and we got them out of there early. It was 2-0 after the first half. They barely were sniffing the goal. 3 minutes into the second half, dead them. 3-0. We move. It was completely comfortable match. They barely held possession, and it was kind of their welcome back to the league moment. They were chasing ghosts out there. So I saw exactly what I wanted to see. It's crazy enough, this is the first match that Havertz, Odegaard, and Saka have all started, I think, or the second match they've started since 2024, since they've all been on the same team. This is the second match that they've all started together. And funny enough, all 3 of them have scored. So I love it. I love how I think our best player in Bukayo Saka, or one of our most important players in Bukayo Saka, he's got on the score sheet early. I didn't like him really starting. I feel like he looked like he was still on holiday low key. But Odegaard, a great performance, and then so for Kai Havertz as well, start the year off with a goal. So I'm happy about that. But the main thing I do want to speak about is Christos Solis, man. My goodness, what a debut! And I wish he would have scored or had an assist on his debut. It would have been great, but this is probably the best you can get to playing without having a goal or assist. This is definitely for us an upgrade. I feel like he's Trossard, but young and full of energy, full of life, always pressing. He's very direct, extremely direct. As soon as he gets the ball, it's how can I get to goal? How can I attack my player 1v1? And that's something that we're missing. So yeah, man. Great debut performance. I expect some very, very big things from him, but with this squad, I really don't fear any team, bro. 60 minutes in, we
Chelsea FC in 2 weeks.
For our match, we started making substitutions, and it's Rice come off. We put on Zubamendi, the experience. What's the name? Nani Madueke came on. Who else came on? It was
Marino.
Marino came on. Just the guys. Eze came on in the 70th minute or something like that, and Capie came on in like the 80th minute. It's just now we're getting to a space where hey, we can go dead the game early. Guys can play 60, 70 minutes and get off and go rest. and relax. Like, I don't need to see Declan Rice for 90 minutes anymore if we don't have to. You know, I don't need to see a lot of these guys for 90 minutes. So it's just refreshing to be able to take players off, put in, you know, substitutes, and the level doesn't drop at all. It stays consistent. So very happy with the performance, man, and just take it rolling the next week.
It's still fuck these niggas, man. It's still fuck Arsenal, man. I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all, but like Cornelia said, we can't lie to people that have been supporting us. You guys are good, man. You guys are good. Like, when I will give credit when it's due. I'm not one of those people that can't give credit when it's due. You guys are good. I told you from day one. I saw, you know, Soli's play, and I told you this is an upgrade from Trossard. I did not need 2-3 games. One game was enough for me. I was like, I don't like what I'm looking at. I saw Soli's and I'm like, I don't like what I'm looking at. This is an upgrade.
For sure.
But anyways, I'm gonna say game one. You know, I saw 3 goals, weak ass goals.
Hater.
Weak ass fucking goals. But hey, as a champion,
Mike's on one.
You need to get the results. You need to get the results, and that's what you guys did. I respect it. You need to get the results, and that's what you guys did.
No, fair enough, Mike. And I think that's a good place to end the episode, because I want to ask, you know, we're the only team on this podcast to not play in week 1. We play tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. And, you know, I just want to start off with your prediction, man. How do you feel about Chelsea heading into this match against Fulham, and what do you expect? I know we talked about it in our preview episode, but I want to hear you, you know, less than 24 hours out.
I mean, I'm confident, man. Like, where I'm at right now with Chelsea is that we have made the right signings. We have made the right decisions. When Bluco came in, we made signings of, you know, signing Raheem Sterling, signing Koulibaly, and these were guys that were in good positions at that time in their career. And you look at them and you were like, oh, this is a good addition. But now I look back, I like I said in the in-studio episode, I love these signings. I love the decisions we've made. I love the fact that we brought this manager in. This is the manager we needed for this group of players. First of all, we were able to keep Enzo Fernandez. Cornelius, we've been talking on the side, you know, no group chat shit, but you know how I feel about Nicholas Jackson. You know, the fact that he's possibly leaving. I think this is a guy we should keep, but I like what we've done. And moving forward, especially after this weekend, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried. You know, in the in-studio podcast, I'm like, you know, West Ham, their food. We're gonna finish them. But after everything that's happened this past weekend, I hope all these guys were watching these results and understanding what the Premier League is about. Just the fact that you're Chelsea, just the fact that you're Manchester United or Arsenal or whatever, doesn't mean it guarantees you a win. So my prediction going into tomorrow, I hope that, you know, we're able to come out with a win. That's all we need, just a win. I don't give a fuck if it's 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-3, 5-4, whatever. Come out with a win. If you come out this season on the right foot, if you come out with a win, it could change the trajectory of your season. And as of right now, Arsenal is the standard. So we have to match what the winners are doing. And a win is all we need at this point. So that's my prediction.
Big talk, man. Big talk. I love it. G, prediction for you. You know, obviously you guys started off the year with a big 3 points. Heading into the future, how do you feel about your next match?
Yeah, we see Aston Villa away. If you haven't looked at, you know, the ticker on the bottom, Aston Villa got smacked up this week, 4-0. Also, one of their starters, João Gomez, will be out while they play against us. So, we have a long break. If I'm being honest, we have 8 days till our next match. We play on we played the first match on the Friday, and we played the last match of match week 2 on that Monday at 3:00. So, I'm expecting 3 points. This is a Aston Villa team that completely got all of their best players got stolen away. Ali Watkins isn't even a part of that squad. He's looking to go to Saudi soon. So this is a team that's not only struggling, they're just struggling in general, and they just lost one of their starters as well. So
4-0 today. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I expect to go in there and completely boss the pitch. And one thing that is going to change about our team is that, like I said, we didn't win before, and a lot of the times teams complain, "Oh, you guys just park the bus after you go up 1-0 or 2." That's not happening this year. And I hope you guys saw that with Coventry, but this is going to continue to happen. This expansive and like progressive football of trying to continue to just attack all the time will be us. So yeah, man, I expect nothing but 3 points. I'd be surprised again if Villa score. I think this, will be another clean sheet for us. And mark my words, bro, this might be David Raya fourth season in a row golden glove. I don't see Villa's really giving us too many problems, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I ain't even mad at that take, because you guys have shown that it's not sweet walking into the Emirates. As I've always said, it's not sweet walking to the bridge, but you guys are the standard, as Mike has alluded to multiple times this episode. And to end it, man, we got our shout outs again. This is a new segment, not a new segment, but we've always done shout outs, but this segment is brought to you by Select Sports USA. Want to give, a highlight or to a team, a player, somebody that we thought that showed out this week. And, just to start it off, I want to highlight my guy, Santiago Castañeda. I talked about him last season, but, my 9 to 5 is working for Third Federal Savings, the bank here that is headquartered in Cleveland, but we also have branches in Florida. And this is a player whose mom is actually a coworker of mine. She is she works down for the same bank I do in Florida. And on our home site, we have, just like a highlight section on our homepage in the corner. And last year, she actually shouted out her son, who had gotten promoted to the U.S. men's national team U21. He plays for Paderborn, which last year was in the Bundesliga 2. They got promoted, and this year they're in the Bundesliga 1. But they started off this season with a DFB Pokal match, and they won 4-2 today. Santiago scored their second goal. He was actually man of the match as well. And, this is a guy who's 21 years old. He's an American-born. I believe they're originally from Colombia, but this is a guy who has been playing in Europe since he's been 19, 20, and now they're in the Bundesliga. You'll be seeing him against, these big teams like Bayern. You'll see him against Dortmund coming in the next few weeks. So definitely wanted to give him a shout out, because this is a guy who I've just been following, for the last, 12, 18 months. And Paderborn, this is a team to look out for. This is a team I think that'll stay in the Bundesliga as well. They're a solid squad, so just want to give them a shout out.
Wow, my shout out, my select ball of the week. I would say I have to give it to Arsenal's Solis. Everybody knows me. I hate Arsenal, but there are some signings that you see in the Prem, and you can't. It would be unfair to the people that follow us and support us for me to just to lie, like Cornelius said, straight up to them. Solis right now for me is the signing of the season. Arsenal's left side has been a big topic of conversation. If you're an Arsenal fan, you can either agree with me right now or disagree. And right now, I think Gabriel probably agrees with me. It's always been, oh, who can we have instead of Martinelli? Or, if Martinelli is out, who could be his, who could be another guy that could play in that position that would give us the production? And I feel like Solis, for me, is definitely select ball as of right now for me. And I can't, from what I've seen throughout preseason and even the first game, I'm convinced this might be the sign of the season. If Arsenal goes back to back, it's because of this sign, and I stand on that. Yeah.
No, look, thank you, appreciate that. Definitely 40 million for him still. Yeah, great signing. My select sport player of the week. Honestly, I didn't speak about him. He does play for Arsenal. I didn't speak about him when I was speaking about Arsenal because I wanted to save it for my shout out. But Miles Lewis-Skelly. This is a guy that completely bossed the midfield this last week, and I do want to touch on his numbers during the match. 94 touches, 76 out of 80 passes completed, 6 duels contested, 5 duels won, 5 times he won the possession back, 4 touches in the opponent's box, 3 fouls won, 3 accurate long balls, 1 tackle, 1 shot. Just at 19 years old, just to be putting these performances in kind of, on a week-to-week basis. He put in an amazing performance in a Champions League final at 19 years old, man. This is, we need to start speaking about it. This is a guy who I truly see will be one of, has the potential to be one of, a great Arsenal midfielder that we've ever had. And I think, this is kind of like our Jack Wilshere. Like, Jack Wilshere obviously got hurt and, didn't have the career that we all thought he'd have. But Lewis-Skelly is kind of, in a sense, like a regen of that. Another academy kid who's coming through the ranks and, really has the potential to be, I think, one of the world's best midfielders. No joke. Like one of the best sixes, hybrid. Put him at left back, put him in the 6th row. He is a fantastic player, man. So I just want to give him his flowers. He had a great match week 1. He's going to be extremely important for us, this season. So, shout out to MLS, Miles Lewis-Skelly.
That's a good shot, man. Week 1 officially in the books tomorrow after Chelsea plays, but this episode will be coming out on Monday, probably right before Chelsea plays. And just want to let y'all know, man, we have a lot in store for y'all. It's been good to see y'all, man. This is what we live for at the end of the day. And Chelsea, United, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. I won't talk about that other team in London because they don't deserve our shouts. But it's a lot of teams that have it's a lot of teams that have a lot of noise to make this year, and it's going to be a big one. Especially coming off of a World Cup, there are a lot of teams that made major decisions based off of this past summer, and so we'll see if it comes to fruition. But once again, thank you to all of our friends. Thank you to all of our fans. Thank you to all of our supporters. Thank you for kicking it with the kickback. See y'all next week.
Peace.